Alright, I'm replacing the starter on my 570 Ranger 570 full size. It's a 2015. As you can see, the starter is right here. Alright, I'll back out slowly so you can get a better idea for where that's at. So I have the manual. Looking at the small ink on a manual, it's very difficult to exactly tell where everything is, so I think I'm doing this right. First thing I want to do is connect this harness, disconnect this harness that's right here. There's a harness here with two 12 millimeter bolts holding right there. Once you back those bolts out here and here, this thing pulls away. We will give you a little more room to work above the starter, not a ton. As you can see down there, the bolts holding the starter. As you come in from the driver's side, you can see the bolts down there. Barely you can tell, but right there and right below it, I believe. Again, I'm trying to figure this out myself, first time. So now that I've got this harness removed here, I can actually maneuver in there a little bit and try to back those out right there. Okay guys, so this is not an easy task, but you can see down in there, maybe, if I move these things out of the way. I loosen to that. Bolt down in there, barely see it there, alright. This one up here, right here, which has got the negative ground terminal connected to it. And then I went ahead and took off the positive terminal while I'm at it. Okay, so now is to try to dislodge the starter. You see, I took a hammer and a metal bar and gave it a couple rap taps there, and it came right out. So I will attempt to pull the starter out right now, and sure enough, we got it out. One important thing I forgot to mention was to the manual reminds you to drain the coolant before you start this project. So you'll see I did drain the coolant before I started that. You can see I didn't do a very good job getting into the drain pan, but that's one thing that I believe I forgot to mention before we started here. Alright, so I got this successfully removed. Got a new one right here. You can see it is the same one. So far so good. Now it's time to insert this one and put everything back together. The manual, be quiet. The manual does remind us to put a little bit of fresh oil on the O-ring here, so I will do that before I insert this piece. Okay, so got the starter back in, just the opposite of the way I took it out, the new starter. Reconnected these bolts up here. I don't know if you can tell, very difficult to tell, but you can see the negative cable and the positive cable going into it. Remember that the negative is actually on one of those bolts that support it to the frame. Alright, so it is all in. Let's give it a whirl. Our batteries hooked back up, and I did refill it with coolant. Let's give it a go. Beautiful. And that's it.